Well, here we are, and decided to get this crane for my pickup truck so I could pick anything up my heart desires. Ooh. Alright, for my old pickup, I wanted to show you that I've got 2 batteries in my pickup. These 7.3 IDIs, they have 2 batteries. I think most diesels do anyways. But anyhow, this is a just an automatic circuit breaker, and you can get those at your local store, but I've got one of those in, and you can see how big my wiring is compared to the other wiring like that. Like, this is probably going to be like maybe some 6-gauge copper or 8-gauge copper. I tried to read it, couldn't read it. I tried to check the instructions, and there are no instructions. I like the way the Chinese think. They're like, they'll figure it out. So, anyways, you'll see that this wiring matches the wiring that I have. Yep, you can say that's the same size. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep moving forward. I do also want to mention, fresh out of the box, it was banged up. Now, this is just a crane. A lot of you probably don't even care. You're like, man, it's gonna get banged up anyways, because that's the cold hard truth. The next thing I gotta do is I gotta figure out where I want to mount it in the back of my pickup. And that's why I wanted to think about it. Sorry about my chicken making all that noise. But I wanted to think about where I want to put it, because, well, I'm going to be working with vending machines is the biggest and bulkiest thing that I have. And I have my wiring coiled up right there down below, because I don't know where I want it at yet. I have to set this up and do a mock-up and make sure the location in the truck is where I want it. I think the max reach is 82 inches, while the top of a vending machine goes 72 inches. So you're probably not getting into vending machines. You're going to probably be doing something else, like basic lawnmowers, for example, washing machines, everyday basic stuff, maybe even junking. And so this cost me $410, I think, $420, something like that. And bearings seem to be good quality, so that's good. The other thing is, this crane is rated at 2,200 pounds on all the way drawed in like that, and all the way out, I believe it said 500, 600, something like that. I'll have to put that in the description down below so you can see for yourself. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put the top on this and go from there. That's interesting. So's this. What in the world? Another thought I had is it wouldn't be a bad idea to put a blob of grease on this, like perhaps marine grade grease or something like that, to help keep the water out, because that's not going to be a perfect weld. There's going to be places where water can get in and stuff like that. This knob just keeps it in place, so once you cinch it down like that, it won't move. This head unit will stay fixed. I got it backwards. Hold on a minute. Well, and a lot of my concern also is that it has to be structurally sound at the bottom. You know, this old truck and a lot of these 80s and 90s are pretty tough. But still, I'm going to be having, you know, God, you know, up to 1,500 pounds in the back of my truck at a given time. You know, I need to make sure I mount it. This crane is technically stronger than what my truck is rated to carry. So this is a 3/4 ton. The payload is 1,500 pounds. So yeah, I pay close attention to that. So this crane should suffice for what I'm trying to do. Okay, so I'm still doing my mock-up, and you can see how if you look directly above, it's over the side of the railing. And well, the type of items I'm trying to carry around are in the way. So this isn't going to work out. So I need to go up higher with it, and I need to go a little bit more that way. So now I'm actually looking at putting it on the railing, and I'm going to have to build something. So this project just got a little bit bigger for me. Now again, a lot of guys, this would probably be fine. You'd probably end up throwing like a piece of metal or something down here, like some, what do you call it, some checkered plate, I forget the name of it. But, and then, you know, going about your own way of fastening it to the bed. But that's not gonna work for me. So I gotta have it probably up on this railing, and I'm gonna build something off to the side so where it can support this. As far as the weight goes on the vehicle, I decided to put the crane on the right side of the vehicle because, well, my gas tank, I have 2 of them, and one's on the driver's side. I'm on the driver's side, so it Well, just in regards to weight, it just makes more sense to put it on the right side. Now, every vehicle is going to vary. Just, you know, think about it. What would make sense for the vehicle you're trying to put it on, the left or the right? So I got my holes basically marked by drilling it with it up there. And now a lot of you guys ain't going to have this. You're going to have to basically fab some angle iron up on the side of your rail if you're deciding to put it up there. Absolutely impressive. Yeah, so I'm totally getting the results I want by putting it up on my railing up there. I am going to have to go underneath of it and do some really good structural supporting. So watch as I'm shaking the truck. So you'll see. Here, watch the base. Wiggle with it. Wiggle with it. I'll have to get that straightened up. Alright, so I'm using the ratchet strap and to help me try to eyeball it to make what appears to be level. It's hard to tell because the truck is slightly slanted like that. So just kind of eyeballing it to where it looks close. Wow, look at that. Look what I just did with my hands. I also wanted to point out real quick, the reason I went this wide with it, well, one is because a wider stance is better in general, but it's where my supports are in the back of my pickup truck. I have a main support under here, and I have kind of a half of a support going through right there. So I'm choosing to do it like this, go through the hole there, because you gotta have it to where this swivels. So this needs to be loose. Isn't this part lovely? So I had to take this apart because I've got a dead short. This is just a relay, that's all this is. And there's the receiver for the remote that buddies up with this. I'm gonna email the manufacturer and see what they want me to do. If not, I'll just figure it out tomorrow and fix the miswire. But yeah, got a dead short, and thankfully I had my circuit breaker. It's working, so got it chased all the way down to this. So now I get to figure out what the problem is. And one more thing, this bolt goes through my chassis down below. So one thing I could do to strengthen this up is run something from here to here. But I mean, really, it's very good, much better than it was. So this is me pulling on it, not even budging now. Before I had it on the back, and it was just so wobbly, it just wasn't gonna work.
Hey, Mr. Wide-Eye, how about you figure it out? Use the me schematic and show me how to wire next time. Okay, thank you. Fuck you.
Nothing is labeled, so this ought to be fun. So I'm labeling right now. It's the very first thing I'm doing. REC stands for receiver. This is remote receiver. Okay, if I hit this button, yeah, I'm gonna go from here and I'm just gonna label every dang thing, including even this. And then the next step I get to do is make a schematic, since I can't find an accurate one for it online. And VEVOR won't help me either, so. Alright, so I gotta figure it out. And it looks like this for now until I get it all secured back together and use some no-ox grease to help keep the oxidation. Okay, so this is my print. Okay, I'm going to take a picture of this as well and put it in the video. And so right now the signal's actually backwards. So when I push in, okay, it's actually letting out, and when I push out, it's going in. Okay, so the easy way to fix that, I just got it backwards on my print, no big deal. It's a lot better than theirs. They had a dead short on theirs, so all you do if you do the same is you just swap the white wire where my thumb is and the yellow wire, just swap them two. Watch, I'll fix it right now. Fixed, done it. So that's all it was, swap those two. Redid my print, followed my print, and put it back together, and it's now operating. This is a pretty nice kit with the exception of their wiring and no schematic that came with it. Made it pretty hard to troubleshoot. And if you don't have very good troubleshooting skills, especially like electrical engineering, there's very few people that are going to be able to actually figure this out. So I hope this helps you. Alright, so here we are. These are just wire ties that have it held to the stop sign square tubing. I don't know what else you call that, but that's what I used, and it actually clipped right around it, and so just naturally it wanted to stay there, so I was like, alright, zip tie special. Now the other thing you could do is you could just take you can fabricate just a plate with a couple of threaded rod and go straight down in here. That would be obviously the better way. But one thing I learned by taking this apart is make sure the box is at least facing to where the water cannot like turn into a pool in here. This stuff, the receiver appears to be water resistant, and so does the actual relay box, but I want it to where no water can pool up in this box, because otherwise it'll submerge all that little solid state stuff inside of that little black box, and so I don't want that. So make sure you get it pointed up like that.